All right, time to look at things algebraically. Yep, absolutely. If you remember back into Math 10C, okay? In Math 10C, we did things either by substitution or by elimination. Well, I've got a nice little simple system for you right here. Here's an example. So solve this system. Done. Look what you got. You can solve this one here or you can solve that one there. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do this immediately by elimination. If I'm going to use elimination, what you have to do is try to rewrite both equations. Rewrite these equations so that the equations actually line up with each other. What do I mean by that? Well, take a look at this first equation. It was an x squared equation. Look, this one does not have an x squared in it. Right here, look, there's no x squared in it anywhere. So line it up. But it does have, if you look, it has an x. So I'm going to line this up. Look at that. It does have a number. So I'm going to line that up. It does have a y. So I'm going to line that up. And it all equals to an answer. Ba-da-ba-bum. Perfect. The only thing it doesn't have is this x squared. Well, that's fine. Don't worry about this. Now, elimination method means to eliminate one of the values, one of the variables. Always choose the y to eliminate. The reason why is because you've got an x squared here and an x. If you eliminate, let's say, this x, look what you got. You got an x squared and a y, and oh, it's just an absolute mess. You try to figure that one out. It's impossible. So get rid of the one variable that stands out. That one variable that stands out is that y. There's only a single one of those, so get rid of the easiest one to get rid of. Well, probably the easiest way of eliminating that then would be to just somehow either add or subtract them. Look, if this is a minus y and this is a minus y, if we subtracted this, look what happens. You'd have a minus, which would make it a plus, a negative y and a plus y. Guess what? They're gone. You should know that from Math 10C. And if you don't, just go back to the Math 10C podcasts on this channel, and you can just look at that. It's in guide number 7. And watch how to do the elimination method. It's actually really, really easy. So watch what happens. We know that we have to subtract this out because they are of the same signs. Making it the same sign, putting a subtraction, changes the sign to positive, and we're all good. And they can eliminate. So here we go. Some people say, oh, just leave the subtraction there and subtract everything. Yeah, but you know what the problem is? If you're subtracting this, oh, you got a negative makes it a positive. It's just a mess. So you know what I do? This is what I do. Watch. I know I'm going to subtract this whole equation. I'm going to distribute the negative over this. So here it comes. Here's the original one. X squared minus x minus 6 minus y equals to 0. Distributing, giving me a minus x here, a plus 3 here, a plus y here, and of course distributing a negative to the 0 is still negative. And now all I have to do, since I distributed it, all I have to do is add. So look, here comes my x squared. Check this out. This guy, add them together, minus 2x. This guy, add them together, minus 3. This guy, yes, just what we wanted. All that explanation for that to cancel. And of course, 0 plus 0 is still 0. And check out what you've got. Yep, quadratic, PSA, you betcha. And now, if you can do this by inspection, that'd be even better. And you should be by now. This is just a PSA 1. So this is x minus 3 and x plus 1, and that all equals to 0. You can solve this, leaving us with an x equals to 3 and an x equaling to minus 1. Wow, is that ever simple to do it that way. Now, how do I get the y values? Because remember, you need a point, which was an x, y coordinate. So, real simple. Take this x, substitute it into one of the two original equations. That'll give you your y. Same thing with this x. But what was the two original equations? Let's go back up here. Okay, there's my two original equations. Let's just clean it up a little bit by erasing all this garbage off of it. Okay, there's my two equations. How sweet. Which one would you deal with? I like the simpler one. I would take that guy over the top one. Top one's way too complicated. So x minus 3 minus y equals to 0. So here we go. X minus 3 minus y equals to 0. And since I'm trying to find y, just like it said in the instructions way back up there somewhere, solve this for y equals to. Bring the y over. I've got x minus 3 equals to y. Boy, is that going to be easy to do now. Let's take this x, throw it in there. I've got 3 minus 3 equals to y. 3 minus 3 is 0. That's what my y equals to at my x value of 3. So that would be the first point of intersection. Cool. Okay, let's do the same thing for this guy. Look, I've got this again. X minus 3 equals to y. Bring the minus 1 in there. Boom. Minus 1 minus 3 equals to y. Y equals to minus 4. So my solution for that one would be minus 1 minus 4. All right. That's how you do it elimination-wise. I'm going to be back with the follow-up podcast to this. I want to show you how to do this substitution and see if we get the same answer.